Well, autumn is practically upon us, and it's a great period in the garden to be thinking about new projects. And this garden's now 2 years old, and you followed the journey with me from when it was just bare grass. But things really now need a little bit of a change and a little bit of a move around. And true to most gardeners, I've been pinching some ideas from other people. In the village, there is a gentleman who's made a kind of living tree house using apple trees, which he grew over a wooden frame over the course of years. And now he has a kind of platform up in the canopy, which is amazing. So as part of my new plans for the kitchen garden, which you'll be seeing over the course of 2 or 3 videos over the course of the autumn with the things I'm doing, I'm going to be starting by making my own version of his kind of living tree house. He used 1 tree. What I'm planning to do is put 4 of these chunky pillars into the ground and then make a framework to hold them rigid. And later in the year, when the bare root season starts, I will be planting 4 of the same apple trees to create the permanent structure. Now, that structure is going to take potentially 5 to 8 years to grow and mature. So in the meantime, I'm going to put these pillars in and then create a roof using chestnut paling, and I shall grow a plant over to provide some shade for that as well. You're probably going to need a hand if you're going to create something like this, because it is quite difficult work. We're not going to use cement or anything like that. We're going to bang these posts into the ground. It's rained for a few days, so it is nice and supple, so it should go in really easily. If the ground's really hard, obviously you can't do it and you need to wait. And all I'm going to do is use the lump hammer. I have an assistant with me who's going to hold the wood in place whilst I go up the ladder and begin to firm it into place. So the uprights are now in place, and I've been fixing these horizontal beams which will keep everything quite firm before I lay the chestnut over the top. Now, all of this wood is recycled. It's come from the barn that I've been reducing in size, so nothing is being wasted, which was exactly the principle at the start of the project. So fix this last one on and then on to doing the horizontals. And so we're using palisade fencing to create a temporary roof structure that the climbers can climb on whilst we wait for the apples to grow. As I say, the whole structure is made from bits and bobs that have been recycled, so it has a rustic element which suits this garden. But once the trees start growing, this whole structure will disappear in a matter of years, and in the interim period it will provide shade. Some of the plans that I shall be carrying out here in the kitchen garden over the course of autumn will include gravelling all of the paths because the mixture of grass and bark hasn't proved particularly useful, repairing the raised beds and making way for a little outdoor kitchen which will be much more useful than trying to take everything back into the house.